So we're all seeing it, right? Generative AI is just everywhere. It feels like it's changing everything. But, and this is a huge but for any business, what happens when that amazing AI that's supposed to give you answers just makes stuff up? Okay, let's dive into that very problem and a really clever solution. And that's really the heart of the matter, isn't it? Standard large language models, the tech behind all these amazing tools, they can hallucinate, which is really just a fancy way of saying they can invent facts and be so confident about it. Now, if you ask a chatbot for a fun fact and it gets it wrong, hey, no big deal. But what if you're making a multi-million-dollar decision based on that answer? In that world, being confidently wrong isn't just a mistake, it's a potential catastrophe. Okay, so this really breaks it down for us. You've got two totally different ways of thinking about AI. On one side, you have the standard stuff. It's probabilistic, kind of like a black box. It makes these incredibly educated guesses. But on the other side, you've got a deterministic approach, something built from the ground up to be reliable, repeatable, and something you can actually control. This is the big showdown we're going to unpack.
Right, so let's just call it what it is. The big issue here is what we're calling AI's enterprise trust problem. For a business to really bet on this tech for stuff that actually matters, you have to trust the output. 100%. No exceptions. So how do we fix this? Well, it's not about a small tweak. It's a whole new way of looking at the problem. We need to stop chasing this unpredictable magic and start engineering for control. The name of the game is determinism. And this phrase says it all. Determinism over magic. I love that. It's the core philosophy behind the whole architecture we're looking at. It's about making a deliberate choice. We're picking reliability over raw, unpredictable power. So, how on earth do you actually build something that does that?
Well, the secret sauce is this thing called an abstract syntax tree, or AST for short. The best way to think about it is like a perfect professional grade recipe. A human might say, hey, I want a cake. But the AST, that's the super detailed, step-by-step instruction manual, exactly how much flour, the precise oven temp, the exact baking time. It's a blueprint a machine can follow perfectly, every single time with zero guesswork. This AST is basically the hero of our story.
And here's the big idea, the absolute key to making this work. The system uses the incredible power of an LLM for just one thing and one thing only, to be a super smart translator. It figures out what you mean, what you're trying to do, and it builds that perfect AST blueprint. But, and this is critical, a completely different, totally logical, deterministic engine is what actually runs the job. The AI figures out the what, but it never ever touches the how or the final data.
All right, so let's see how this all plays out in the real world. We'll start with something every business does: data analytics. Okay, check out this flow because this is where the safety net is built right in. So step one, you ask a question in plain English, right? Something like, show me our sales by region for last quarter. Then step two, the LLM does its translation job and turns that into a structured AST. But here's the most important part, step three, validation. The system checks that AST. Is this a safe request? Does it make sense? Is it allowed? Only after it gets the green light does it move to step four, where a deterministic compiler turns that blueprint into a perfect, predictable SQL query. There is literally no opportunity for it to go off the rails and hallucinate. And the result? It's exactly what every enterprise has been waiting for. Analytics you can actually bet your job on. We're talking zero hallucinations and a complete, traceable path for every single result. No more black box magic, just verifiable, solid logic. Okay, so that's analytics. But what about the more creative stuff? Like summarizing a huge report or asking questions about internal company policies. This is where things can get even riskier. Well, this system applies that same exact philosophy of control to generative AI too. The magic trick here is a technique called retrieval augmented generation, or RAG. Just think of it like giving an AI a very specific set of instructions. It's like a research assistant who's only allowed to use the books in a pre-approved, trusted library. It can't just surf the web or make things up. It has to find the answer in the source material you gave it. RAG is the seatbelt that keeps generative AI firmly grounded in reality. So let's see how that works. An employee asks a simple question. What's our policy on working from home? Now the system doesn't just guess. First, it goes and retrieves the official HR documents on that exact topic from a trusted knowledge base. Then, it hands those documents to the LLM and says, generate an answer, but only using the information I just gave you. And the best part? The final answer it gives you comes with citations, pointing you right back to the original document. It's totally grounded, completely trustworthy, and 100% auditable. So when you put this all together, what's the real payoff? What does a company actually get from building an AI system with this much designed in control? Well, you get a whole lot, actually. It's a pretty incredible list. First off, for analytics, the hallucination risk just goes away. Poof, gone. Second, every single result can be audited right back to its source. You have enterprise-grade governance and safety baked in from day one. The system is even smart enough to create the right kind of chart for you because it understood your original intent, not just the numbers. Oh, and this whole safety-first architecture, it works across different languages without a total rebuild. That's huge. I think this phrase just says it all. Explainability by construction, not by accident. Trust isn't something you hope for or try to bolt on at the end. It's built into the very fabric of the system, right from the first line of code. It's explainable because it was designed to be.
And if you need one sentence to take away from all this, it's this quote right here. By treating these powerful LLMs as intent parsers, the brilliant translators, instead of as decision makers, the whole system can deliver reliable analytics and safe generative AI. The AI is kept in its lane, doing what it does best, while the logical, deterministic part handles the rest.
And that really leaves us with a big question to think about. We're always hearing about the race to make AI more and more powerful. But maybe the real key to unlocking AI's true potential, at least in the enterprise, isn't just about more power. It's about more control. So the next time you hear about the latest, greatest AI model, maybe the question to ask isn't how powerful is it, but can I actually trust it?